Hello and welcome. Best Creatine for Beginners. I'm Nick from OnlineStrength.com. Today we are reviewing the best creatine for beginners. Now, what is a beginner? Someone who hasn't taken creatine ever. Maybe you've taken a break from creatine, looking to come back in. Maybe you're just brand new to creatine altogether and you want to supplement it for the first time. Well, good news is we have a list here for you of the best top 5 creatine products for beginners. Now, we have reviewed 100 different creatine brands, and you can check that out in the link in the description, or we can just take a look really quick here. We've reviewed 100 different products. Out of those 100, we decided to put a list together for just the top 5 creatine supplements for beginners. That way you don't have to look too far, go through the list of 100 to find the one you would like. This is a list of what we think are just the simplest and the best for someone just starting out or looking to just take creatine for the first time. So let's get into it. Number 1, NutraBio Creatine Monohydrate. Now these are all powders. We do have a list for the top, creatine capsules, or if you don't really like the powders and you prefer the capsules, you can take a look at our list of the capsules. But for now, on this top 5 is, maybe we could add in the future a capsule to this list. But for now, these are all powders. They're the simplest, easiest, most inexpensive. So NutraBio ranked number 1 for best creatine for beginners. Basically, it's nothing else in there besides creatine. The company has a bunch of regulations that they go through, and they basically are the purest, one of the purest on the market in terms of all of their other products are basically they're kind of the almost like the inventors of labeling everything correctly and not hiding anything in their products. 1 scoop, 5 grams of creatine monohydrate micronized. Micronized just means it's a little bit easier to mix. It'll once you put it in water, it'll just mix right up and you can just chug that down, not a problem. And if you guys want, you guys can go to the link in the description. You can read a full review here. I'll just click it just so you guys can see. We do have full reviews of each product if you guys wanted to come in and get a closer look at what's going on. All right, number 2. And NutraBio, for the most part, pretty sure you can only find it in a few stores, possibly, but mostly online. We like to just go with Amazon, or you can go on their site. Number 2, integrated supplements. Now this one you can maybe find at Target, depending on what they're stocking. I know they have their protein there, but integrated supplements, pure creatine. It is micronized and it's CreaPure, which is a branded form of creatine. 1 scoop, 5 grams, your basic dosage for creatine. That's what you're going to find in a lot of creatine supplements is the 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. It just tends to be the best for maintenance, and you take it daily, and 5 grams is what everyone recommends. So that's why you're going to see 5 grams in a lot of these supplements. Again, you can click and you can go and you can see the full review, but for now, let's just keep it rolling, shall we? True Athlete Creatine Powder. Now this is Vitamin Shop's little brand. It's their sports brand, if you would have it. For those who didn't know, yes, I believe if nothing has changed, this is Vitamin Shop's brand. 1 scoop, 1 gram. Now this one comes in a little bit of smaller dosages. Usually you're going to find these creatines in smaller doses. I'm not too sure why many say that it absorbs better, or things like that. So if you wanted to try this version, you could. Usually we just recommend pure creatine monohydrate. That way you can have like a control, something that you can control and you can test to see if the creatine is working for you. But if you're going to go with this variation of creatine, we say go with this brand. Clean, pure, made by Vitamin Shop. If you had, if you had issues, you can just go to them. They're not somewhere in China or something like that. So, number 4, Optimum Nutrition micronized creatine powder. Again, a branded version of Creapure. Um, Optimum Nutrition is one of those go-to beginner brands. Their marketing is all over the place. You're going to find them a lot for protein and mass gainers and pre-workouts, but they do have a single ingredient creatine powder. Again, 1 scoop, 5 grams. Nothing crazy. I'm pretty sure it comes with a scooper as well. And then 5th, last but not least, GAT Nutrition, GAT Creatine. German American Technologies, I believe that's what it stands for. 1 scoop, 5 grams, creatine monohydrate, micronized. This is also a well-known brand. They started with a pre-workout that was pretty strong, and they've grown and moved on into other aspects, and they do have these single ingredient creatine, which is, I have tried all these on the list. I do like this one. It mixes well. This one's okay for me. I rather, if I were to pick between 4 and 5, I would go with 5. But if I were to pick out all of them, I would go with number 1. But they're all good on this list. None of these are no better than each other. Basically, they're all creatine monohydrate. Some of them are manufactured somewhere else, like in China. Some companies get them, but for the most part, the ones on this list are good to go. Again, if you guys want, there's a link in the description. You can come to the site and just read it for yourself. But if you're looking for your number 1 pick, just go with NutraBio Creatine Monohydrate. You can buy it online. If you go to GNC, they might hold this brand. I haven't been there recently, but Amazon Prime it. It'll be in your doorstep by tomorrow. You know how Amazon works. All right, guys. If you have any questions about creatine, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I can get back to you as soon as possible. Hopefully, you found this list somewhat helpful. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.